All right, y'all. So the media continuing to push this lie about Caitlin Clark and all that. Now, yesterday they played the New York Liberty for the second time in as many days, and even though it was a different venue, even though it was a different day, it was still the same result. Another thrashing by the New York Liberty. Now, look, even though the score was 91-8, if you watch that game, the final score did not tell the whole story if you didn't watch the game. That was another thrashing that the New York Liberty put on the Indiana Fever, and they fall to 0-3. But yet, you get guys like this, right? This guy, he works for Athlon Sports, right? His name is Max Escarpio. And I want to show you an article that this dweeb wrote, and yet another attempt to push this narrative about Caitlin Clark. So, this the article. It says Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are now on 3 to start the season, struggling to find a rhythm on both ends of the floor. Fans have been quick to point out major issues with the Fever's coaching staff, especially with head coach Christy Sides, but early struggles may have sparked too early of a conversation. Of course, because the people who defend and support Caitlin Clark, they want to see her succeed right off rip. And the first thing a lot of people point to whenever a player or a team is performing badly is they want to point to the coach. Hey, let's just fire the coach, get a new person up in there. Now, mind you, other teams are game planning for Caitlin Clark. Other teams are scheming on ways to limit her production. They're not going to just let her go in there and just run roughshod. They're not going to let her do that. So they got this coach under scrutiny already. She's just trying to show her what the league is all about and help her be as successful as she could be for us and the team, says Sides on Wheeler's impact towards Clark via the Indiana Fever on X. Hey, hold on a second. All right, sorry, but I had to take a phone call real quick. But anyway, yeah, so they got this coach is here is going to be on the hot seat because people are really wanting to see this thing through with Caitlin Clark. But this is the article I really wanted to show you, right? This is the article that dweeb I showed you on the thumbnail early in the stream has written up. Then this is what the article says, coming from Athlon Sports. Caitlin Clark has turned the WNBA into a show that has never been seen before. That's a lie. She's changing the way people view the league and even changing everyday issues within the WNBA that held them down for years. That's another lie. This has been media. This is all media driven. Now, mind you, the Indiana Fever hadn't even won the game. Forget winning the game. They hadn't even been competitive. And yet this is the lie that they're out here pushing. Her latest encounter with sports icons, including a meeting with Billie Jean King, the tennis legend, and Michelle Wie, the golf legend. Clark met with these two stars after the Indiana Fever's last game against the New York Liberty, which was held at the Barclays Center. It was a near sold-out crowd, and that was the New York Liberty's home opener. But this is the biggest lie right here. Clark has already turned herself into a sports legend. Despite just entering the pro level, she dominated in college, and many believe she'll be able to do the same in the WNBA with time. No, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. This me and a whole lot of other people. Ugh, these goddamn pop-ups, man. I swear to fucking God, man. She dominated college, even though she didn't win no national championships while at Iowa, but she dominated college, right? Okay, whatever. And then they are here projecting that she's going to do good in the WNBA. They're projecting this. This is nothing tangible. This is nothing factual. They're projecting this. This woman just scored 9 points in her second game. So how can she sit up here? How can y'all sit up there and say that she's dominating the league when she only scored 9 points in her second game? And then her team not only hasn't won the game yet, they're not even being competitive. They're getting blown off the goddamn court. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You got idiots like this guy right here. This guy. Now, look at this guy. For those of you who don't know his name is Max Escarpio. He needs to change his last name to Max Excrement. Because that's the kind of shit he's putting out here in the atmosphere. Look at this guy. Do you think this guy know anything about sports? This guy's a goddamn numbers nerd. You look at a guy like this guy look like the type that just crunches numbers all day. He looked like a younger version of Nick Wright. A stat nerd. This is the kind of people who are writing these articles pushing this lie about Caitlin Clark. And I'm telling y'all it's a lie. I don't need no motherfucker coming up in this bitch calling me a hater. I don't have no reason to hate nobody. I don't have no ulterior motive. I don't got no horse in this race. I'm just telling you, there's people like him that's pushing that lie about Caitlin Clark. Because if your game is that tizite, what's up, y'all? I see y'all up in the building. The Crawford Experience, Mike Lewis, Mike 4282, Andover Sandlot. I see y'all up in the building. Anybody else that might be too timid to, acknowledge me, right? Acknowledge your presence on this platform. I thank you for tuning in anyway. Make sure you hit that like button. That's all I ask. Just hit the like button and support the channel. But this guy, who is a stat nerd, is pushing this lie about Caitlin Clark. This team hasn't even been competitive. Forget winning a game. Oh, yeah, by the way, meanwhile, Angel Reese won her first game yesterday for the Chicago Sky. Even though she was in foul trouble, only had 12 points or whatever like that. But her team won yesterday. What's up, Nathan Daniel? Salute. Angel Reese's team won their first game before Caitlin Clark won her first game. But yeah, let's go ahead and make all the excuses for why Caitlin Clark's team haven't even been competitive. And yet we're going to point out Angel Reese been in been in foul trouble and she's struggling, but yet her team won the game already. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. All right, so here we go. Here we go. I know there was going to be a troll in here that was going to come and say some dumb shit. That's his opinion. No, that's not his opinion. He's being paid to push an agenda. Can't you see that, Uncle Coon? Hey, you know, I don't allow no buck dancers, no sellouts on my channel, bro. Straight up. If you are out here, shoe shuffling and all that, you can take that bullshit somewhere else, son. Because I don't do cooning around here. I don't do buck dancing around here. So with a name like that, you need to get batted up out of here, Uncle Coon. You need to get up out of here. Because this ain't the channel for you, son. Straight up. I don't do cooning. I don't do buck dancing. I don't do nobody name with a name like that. So you gotta go. You gotta go. Bye. You gotta go. I don't tolerate that around here. I don't tolerate that shit. That's not his opinion. He's being paid to push that. That's not his opinion. I bet if you ask him off camera, off rip, he'll tell you something totally different. Once again, this man is bought and paid for. He's being paid to push a lie. This team ain't even won a game, let alone forget winning a game. This team ain't even been competitive. They're getting their ass ran off the fucking court, bro. That 91-80, that was the quote-unquote closest they've been in those 3 games that they played. That's the quote-unquote closest. But if you watched that game yesterday like I did, the New York Liberty whooped their ass from pillar to post. They only got that game as close as it is in garbage time. So, once again, if your game that tizite, your game need to be able to translate and travel with you. If your game that tight. Now, did she do some good things on the court yesterday? Yes, she did do some good things on the court yesterday. There was one particular play she was able to fake out a defender, and she got a open uncontested layup. That was a great move on her part. There was another instance that she was able to find one of her teammates wide open, and on the block. She was able to get her teammate the ball. I think it was Aaliyah Boston, if I'm not mistaken. Could have been somebody else, but she was able to find her teammate open on the block, and she was able to get them the ball for an easy deuce. So she did do some good things, right? But when you're as hyped up, when you're as propped up, when you're as marketed as she has been over the course of the last couple years, when you factor in endorsement deals with Enterprise and State Farm, when you factor in the 8-figure contract that she got from Nike, the Player of the Year award that she got, right? No national championships though, but somehow she got pushed to the stratosphere. Meanwhile, Breanna Stewart, who's on the New York Liberty, won all 4 years at Connecticut, won the national championship all 4 years. Of if the media wanted to push somebody, it should have been Breanna Stewart. Because see, a lot of you clowns out there that calling me a hater or that won't acknowledge that fact. You want to deflect and distract and obfuscate with all this other stuff, calling me a hater, but you won't acknowledge the fact that the media made a big mistake by not pushing Breanna Stewart. If they wanted to push anybody. Hell, what about the people before her, the Rebecca Lobos, the Diana Taurasi's, the Shamika Holtzclaws, the Candace Parkers? Why they ain't getting no shot? Diana Taurasi was literally telling people that she has to adjust to the league. The league will not adjust to her. You had Lisa Leslie, all these legends, Cheryl Swoops, all these legends coming out saying the same thing, and yet we got a lot of people out here still calling them a hater. And they're legends, they're Hall of Famers. Becky Hammonds of the world. All these women who have done it at the highest level came before Caitlin Clark saying the same thing. And yet, when they're pointed out, they get called haters. When I pointed out, I don't know nothing about basketball. I'm just another YouTuber talking shit. Make it make sense. And it always goes back to what I say. A lot of people do not like being told the truth. They love being fed their red meat. They love being satisfied. But if you're looking for satisfaction, take your ass to a goddamn Asian parlor for a love me long time if you want a motherfucking satisfaction. What's up? The Crawford Experience sent me a super chat donation. He said the mainstream media will be quiet when she falls. Exactly. They'll be quiet and they'll just go find the next person to prop up. Disgusting. It's disgusting. And once again, I don't got nothing personal against Caitlin Clark. I don't. Why do I have to have something personal against her? I don't even know her. I don't associate with her. I'm calling this thing out from a basketball perspective and what the media is trying to do. The WNBA has been losing money hand over fist every year. The only reason that they even been in existence is off the strength of the NBA. They need to put the butts in the seats. The 3 for 10 deals, the 2 for 25, the 4 for 50 at Kroger ain't working. This massive media overhaul that they've been doing, putting these women on NBA content, having these women on swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated. And no, I'm not talking about them being on the same cover as Stale King. They were doing this massive media overhaul to try to get viewership and trying to get eyes on the WNBA because they're losing money hand over fist. If you want to know why Caitlin Clark is being pushed to the moon despite the fact she's out here struggling in the pro league, this is why. Why do you think Candace Parker's is on TV? The Shania Gumike's and before she left to become the coach of Virginia, Carol Lawson. Why do you think they've been putting her on TV? Because they're trying to get more exposure to the WNBA. And what better way to push the WNBA is to prop up somebody in college, like a Caitlin Clark, right? Even though Caitlin Clark, when it comes down to the national championship game, she could not get it done. And then when Angel Reese gave her the same energy Caitlin Clark been giving everybody else, then who's been out here making Angel Reese to be the bad guy? It is the media, the mainstream media, and a lot of dimwits on social media. Because if you really think about it, a lot of them dudes that's on mainstream media and whatever else are backdoor closet racists. So let's just make Angel Reese out to be the bad girl or public enemy number one because she gave the same energy to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark was going out here doing the goddamn Tony Yayo. And no, it's not John Cena because John Cena even himself said he got it from Tony Yayo on the episode of The Tonight Show. He said, hold on, I got a phone call. Yeah.
Hey, I'm downstairs. I was thinking too,
All right, shouts out to David Joseph for the super chat donations. Did you see the hard screen check that she got from that opponent? That was a welcome to the league and you ain't from Iowa City moment for you. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, man, I got to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I got, my lady friend here, you know what I'm saying? So I got to go handle some business with my lady friend. So anyway, you guys let me know what y'all think about this. But just know they on 3 and they got to play the Connecticut Sun again on Monday night. So they might fuck around and go on 4. Then what y'all gonna say? If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Do she have time to turn it around? Yes. But the mainstream media should not have fucking done that shit. They should not have pushed this woman to the stratosphere when she ain't ready to handle that kind of pressure yet. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt!